We are back, and we are back with bad news. So, as you've seen in the last week's episode, if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. We were doing the final preps on the Caldina for NCT. It has been through NCT and it has failed on NCT. What it has failed on, I'm going to show you. It's not going to be a simple fix, so I'm just going to dive right into it. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So this is NCT spec Caldina. We did raise it up a lot more, just on the front because of the splitter and stuff clearing. But there's a story behind this car going through NCT. I'll tell you in a minute. But what it has failed on is the rear right wheel drum. The brake performance is down. So basically, just on this side, all the rest of the brakes are fine. So what I've done is I took the drum off, cleaned up the drum, tightened it all up, put the drum back on, and still no difference. So basically, one thing, good thing is that I have the use of rollers for testing brakes. So yeah, cleaned up all the brakes, tightened up the drums, and was still down on that side. So I knew this was happening before I was going to test, but I was running out of time. So we're running out of time, and a couple of lads in work said to me, why not quickly change the drums around? So swap the drum from the right hand side over to the left hand side and left hand side over to the right hand side, just to see would there be wear in the drum that would be causing the brake to be down. So we swapped that around, put on the roller. There was a little bit of a difference, but still an imbalance in the brakes. So it was coming to like 20 minutes before the test, so we just threw everything back together and we said we're just going to have to send it in the way it is. So we brought it in anyway, and we got a lot of funny looks in the test centre, and the tester done a lot of funny looking at it. But fairness, quite smooth test. Didn't take to it with a hammer and chisel like I've seen testers doing before. Had the whole job done, was letting the car down off the lift. Next thing, two guys arrived into the test centre, basically two inspectors, and they held my car on the lift for inspection by them two inspectors. They put the car back up on the lift and they went through the car with a fine-tooth comb. And I was expecting about 6 pages of faults with the car. But anyway, I was waiting for nearly an hour, but they went through the car, drove the car out, tester came back to me and he says, yeah, your car has failed. I was like, well, no shit. But I says, failed on the back right brake. He says, yes, correct, whatever. But even the inspector complimented me and says that the car is really, really clean, and I think they were pretty sure they were going to tear the car apart, but all our efforts in trying to get it ready for the test paid off. So yeah, that led us to a fail with the back brake, an imbalance in performance. So what I'm going to do now is, we've done all this, what I've said about the brakes, and I do have a wheel cylinder for the back, but the wheel cylinder is not seized, so I can't really see that changing much. But there is a brake proportional valve. I'll show you right now on my spare car at the back, which I'm going to rip off now. So I have started work on the Avensis, but I don't know if YouTube's really interested in it. If you do want to see more on doing up this thing, do let me know. But yeah, I've got all the new panels on it now, and I'm sort of getting it ready for it has to be NCT'd, and I'm going to get it all painted up and that stuff. That's going to look really cool, but if you want to see more of it, do let me know. But this is the spare parts car, and if I can find this now on the camera, see that valve down there? That valve right there, that is your brake proportional valve. So what that is doing is that is determining the pressure that's been sent to all 4 wheels. But that valve seemingly does give trouble, and if it gives trouble, it can affect the pressure going to any one of your wheels. As I says, only for I work with a lot of talented mechanics, I would have never have guessed that, but they've seen it before, so I don't think these can be bought on the shelf. Looking at that valve there on the Avensis, it does look very, very, very similar in the Caldina, so I'm going to take it off. I have been caught before, but with this, but it's worth a chance. But I have to make sure everything has to go back in right, left side, right side, all that sort of stuff. But I think that is why the back brake is down on the Caldina. We're going to change it out. We're going to probably have to bleed up the system again, and we're probably going to have to take it back to the rollers to test it on the brakes before we can send it back in for NCT. But I'm going to dive into this. It's not in a simple spot. And the petrol Avensis, it's not too bad, but with the Caldina, with the 2-litre diesel and the turbo and all that on it, it's tighter. So it's best to try it in the parts car first and see how I get on. SP Tools, really, really handy spanner. That spanner really done the job getting this valve out. So this is your brake proportional valve thingy. Yeah, so it sits like that just on the bulkhead of the car, and seemingly as you can see here and here, there I think is springs and stuff in here to, I don't know, send pressures certain ways. I don't really understand this. If you do understand it, please do let me know in the comments. I would really like to hear it. But why do they need a proportional valve when you have an ABS unit? Yeah, I don't know, but I really would love to hear in the comments. But this is basically my next stop for the Caldina, is fitting this. I won't be fitting in this episode. I will probably fit it at work, where I have the brake rollers and better ways of bleeding and stuff like that, because I probably will need to do a good bit of bleeding after replacing this. But hopefully this is the problem, and if it is down to this, super impressed with the Caldina. But as you've seen in all the previous videos, putting the Caldina on the lift, going through it, checking it all over, that's the key to getting your car through the test. But yeah, we got caught with the brakes. If we didn't have that brake trouble, the car would have passed first time. But for a 96 car, super impressed with it. Caldina, we get this through the test, and we will be going for paint, getting all the dents taken out of it and just getting it up to show standard. What else would you like me to see do with the Caldina? We could bag it. Very, very simply, we could get onto China Sourcing Services, get our Airmax kit over and put full air suspension in it. I don't know, would that be crazy or stupid or really cool? Let me know in the comments, but that could be done really, really easy. Bagged Caldina would be pretty cool. So it would. But yeah, it could be on the cards too. Also, Nigos Drifting merchandise is like 50% off on the OSNS website. Link in the description. Hoodies, Nigos Drifting ones, OSNS ones, sunglasses, everything is all 50% off. You can get a hoodie for €15 and you can get a pair of sunglasses for €10. Get you set up. We're doing a massive clearance sale. Everything is going. We have a lot of new merchandise coming. Working really, really hard with that. So if you're interested in hoodie, sunglasses, down there in the description, osns.ie, jump onto the website, grab your hoodie, grab your sunglasses, help support the shed and all the goings on in it with the Caldina, the Avensis build, and the 180. That I really do not know what to do with. It's kind of bad saying, but once we get the Caldina sorted and the Avensis sorted, I will probably come back to the 180, do this up, and I think I'm going to do it up as sort of like a Drift Games Invitational, passenger seat in it, and just go to the Drift Games Invitationals and try and get some more subscribers in the passenger seat, get back to having fun, having a laugh with good friends. I think that's the route the 180 is going to take. Championship. I don't think I'm going to be going back to it this year, unless we do some wild card entry or something like that during the year, come back. But I think we're going to build the 180 as just a really fun drift games, invitational car, slam it, all new kit on it, set of graphics on it, and just be a real baller type machine. That's what we're probably going to do with the 180 this year. That's my plan with that. And then Abby, I need to get a hold of Abby because Abby has plans too with her car. So we'll try and get Abby back on the channel and get her explaining what she is doing with her car. So that is basically updates for all the cars at the minute and the Caldina. Overall, NCT wasn't that bad. I was kind of scared a little bit, but quite happy with it. So I said to jump on. It is a Sunday. I've been incredibly busy doing some works around the house, and I've been working in the shade and doing loads of stuff like that. So I just says, wouldn't miss a Sunday. I'd come on, give you an update. The next vlog will be getting that Caldina on the ramp, getting in that brake proportional valve, and I'll do a video of fitting that and on the rollers, testing the brakes and stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. So that in the next episode will be that. Abby's car as well is another one. Abby's car went through the test yesterday. It failed on some stuff too, so we might do a little bit of a double vlog on fixing the Caldina and fixing Abby's car on the next one, next Sunday evening. But yeah, that's updates. Quick, short, nice and neat, and hope you're all doing well. Make sure to grab a hoodie on the OSNS website, and we will see you on the next one.